Keep the back, can you walk?
Welcome back to the chit chat. Oh shoot, did you hear that? Yeah, we're back. Yeah, we're back. Said welcome back to the chit chat. Oh shoot, did you hear that? Yeah, we're back. We back.
What they do, world? Welcome back to the Chit Chat podcast. I'm your host, Queen, aka Slim Thug, aka your favorite Jamaican.
You a thug now?
And I've been a thug.
Okay.
And I'm here with one of my faves, Justo.
Yo, it's Justo, if you must know. What's poppin'?
Some of the things we talk about on the podcast may seem like small talk, but it really ain't though. And that's why we're here to talk about it.
Yeah, man.
We have a special episode for you guys all about entrepreneurs, and
We're going to title this thing, Entrepreneurship is Not for the Weak.
because it sure ain't. Justo, how you week, man?
I got my stimulus check, or I think I'm still waiting on that.
Lord,
Still
it's
waiting.
crazy because people in jail and dead people are getting their unemployment, they stimulus check, and everything. And I'm confused on how people, we need it. We need to get it together.
Hold on, you try to tell me that dead folks in the ground is getting stimulus and unemployment checks?
Yes, they talked about this on the news. Like people really, is getting like what? How did that even happen? You get me?
That's crazy.
It's crazy. I know Corona has taught me a few new things.
What? The Tootsie Slide?
Left foot up, right foot. No,
Nah,
I don't
for
even
real.
know how to do that though. I don't
That
do
shit sounds so dumb. Like,
I
come on.
hate
Like, why
that
did he even
stuff.
write that? Who wrote that? Who wrote that? What did COVID teach you?
I had to learn some new recipes. I gained some patience. Try to budget really.
I will
good.
say I spent less money on like fast food and stupid stuff being at the house.
Yeah, I tried, but I think like once I got to like week 4, I was like, fuck that.
Apparently COVID-19, made a couple entrepreneurs out of some folks too.
What do you think about entrepreneurs? Like, what's your take on it?
I think it's dope. I feel like, we all want to be able to make money for ourselves and not work for somebody. But obviously you got to be able to fund that. So it's people that they, still work for other people.
Right.
They, want to focus on their own things as well. So that's one big thing.
I
dig
say there's just this big misconception that you get from other entrepreneurs, you get from TV or whoever. Like they'll tell you, quit your job. If you want to do the entrepreneur thing, just quit your job and just do it, and people sometimes expect immediate results or like, people have a lot of misconceptions of what a real entrepreneur is. So
Yeah, I actually looked up the definition of entrepreneur. I was talking to my girlfriend, and it basically was saying that somebody that risks everything for their business. And I'm like, there's got to be a smarter way to approach entrepreneurship. Like, you shouldn't be dead broke trying to get rich.
do your thing, right?
Yeah, so I salute everybody that works on other people's dreams while funding their own dreams. So salute to y'all.
I do think you need to don't rush. Don't
Stop. I hate that song.
Don't rush. I hate that shit.
But now, speaking of entrepreneurs, there was a list that I came up with, and I just want to ask you, do you think, these are entrepreneurs? Because you're an entrepreneur, and I just want to ask you, do you think these people are entrepreneurs? All right.
Yeah, what do the people think?
All right. So first thing is barbers and hairstylists.
Oh, definitely. That's how I kind of got into taking my entrepreneurial skills serious when I went to hair school. A lot of people don't know I went to cosmetology school. Yeah.
So all that makeup industry.
Yeah. The
all
whole
beautician.
industry.
Okay.
Because you have to build your whole, your whole portfolio from scratch. You have to go out there and grind. Nobody gonna just be like, oh, here goes some clients.
Okay.
It don't go
What
like that.
about like rappers or celebrities?
Whew. I mean,
See, that's tough because some people sign contracts.
right. That's what I was getting ready to
Some people
say.
are independent.
Exactly, because those I would say independent artists, y'all entrepreneurs.
Okay. Shout out to independent artists.
Mm-hmm.
Master P, that's the first independent artist I ever learned about or heard about. So shout
Changed the game too.
out. What about like daycare providers? And I ain't just talking about like, somebody's sister that got, crib and she got, babies over there. I'm talking about a real
Poop poop.
Yeah, baby's kids and all that. I'm talking about real daycare providers. Are they entrepreneurs?
I would think that they are because, it depends. Because, you could always do things where you get a franchise and you purchased into a company that's already started. Those people, not so much entrepreneurs because they already have a marketing plan. They already got their business going for them. So all they got to do is put the money in and they're part of the business. Okay. Someone who brings up the, Tina's Tots or something. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a little
Tina's Tots.
Something that's home mom and pop. That's
Rhonda's Care.
Right. Hey,
Rhonda.
A T. Okay.
All right. Yeah. What about boutique owners? Not necessarily like shop owners, but boutique owners. Mm-hmm. Entrepreneurs?
I definitely would think so. Especially if they're going about it in a way where they're acquiring their own product and, like they're really hands-on with it. I would say that that's an entrepreneur. What
about a lawyer or a doctor? That profession, are they entrepreneurs? Or
it's hard to say because when you think about it, a doctor, like I said, I went to cosmetology school. A doctor, goes to medical school and then is taught this skill,
so they can pick up and go wherever they want.
Right, and then they choose whether they want to open their own, firm
practice,
or what, practice, okay. And then so kind of, I would think it's a little 50-50 for that one.
Okay, so what about adult entertainers like
definitely
scrippers?
Are they entrepreneurs? Yeah.
Okay.
They make their own money and
but when it's time to make their own money, they have to do what other people say they have to do. So are they working on their own?
Yeah, because they chose to.
They're in the customer service. So.
Yeah, they're customer service. There you go.
Customer service.
They chose to do that. So
I guess customer service can be an entrepreneur as well.
If I choose to grow flowers, that's my choice.
What about pastors? Are they entrepreneurs?
Oh, no. I would say pastors are hustlers.
That's what I was gonna say. That was actually like, I was thinking of that like jokingly. Pastors, really, if you think about them, they are entrepreneurs. They came up with the idea to take money from these folks, straight up.
Give them hope, and a lot of times, I believe in God and I believe in going to church, and but I do think that a lot of churches get a little dark. And dark is like the pastor be corrupt,
dark churches,
and they be stealing money, or it just be always something. Not
church
always,
is crazy. One time,
times.
I was really into church one time, and I was going to a mega church, and I wanted to be a member. So when I got my membership application or whatever, it was asking me like W-2 and 1099 info and salary, and I was like, nah, revoke. let me recant that membership request. But yeah. All right. What about like panhandlers? Are they entrepreneurs?
Lazy ones, but yeah. They are lazy entrepreneurs.
If you Google like these, you see the folks on the exits and downtown and all that.
Especially
everywhere.
Here,
they make like $30K. A year.
I know.
So would you call them entrepreneurs?
Yeah.
Oh shit! So then everybody except for pastor. Well, pastor's a panhandler.
If you want to,
a pastor's a panhandler anyway. But so
if
panhandlers
you
are
put your pride to the side and go out there.
Put your pride to the side and go outside.
Make your little money. If you could do that you deserve everything that you get, boo.
For sure.
Because I can't do it, and hey, that's just me. But yeah, I think they get over on some people. So, entrepreneurs, not legally, but yeah.
Well, we caught up with a few entrepreneurs that we know personally, so it's going to be real talk. And they gave us a few steps in their shoes. We set up a Zoom meeting, and here's what some of it sounded like.
Y'all ready to settle down and get with this?
Thanks everybody for responding and just, wanting to participate in this.
Hey everybody, I'm Candace. I own Candyland Cosmetics.
My name is Kelly and Christy. I'm Jamaican. I own a couple of businesses actually. But my main business is KO Arts, which is a creative outlet where I do cinematography, photography, editing, motion graphics, graphic design. I do some web design as well.
My name is Keela. I'm from Oakland, California. I'm the owner of Excel Spa and Glow. It's like a cute little day spa down here in Miami in like Wynwood Arts District.
How y'all doing? I'm one of the CEOs, as y'all can see, Rap Life. We do brand marketing and management. So anybody with a brand, I can help, help build their brand, link them with the right personnel, from athletes, rappers, artists, podcasts, what have you.
So Bird, how did you become an entrepreneur?
Well, I used to be part of a record label at one point in time, and the record label just kind of failed in a sense. And so once that happened, I told myself I'd never allow my dreams and what I want to do to be put in somebody else's hands. I want to do something where everybody will want to do business with me.
Candace, how did you become an entrepreneur?
So I've just always naturally loved everything beauty related. When I was younger, I went from wanting to be the weather girl, and that's because I thought they were pretty. I was like, I want to be the pretty girl on TV. So I wanted to do hair at first, and then over time, I just shifted everything to makeup. Really didn't want to have the feeling of having my future in somebody else's hands.
Keela, what about you? How did you become an entrepreneur?
Like us all, we don't want to sit there and work for anybody else. You know what I mean? I feel like being an entrepreneur, you have so much more freedom and flexibility to be able to do your own thing and be your own boss, and you got the position to help other people out.
Kadian, how many hours a day do you work?
About 12 to 16 hours. I gotta put in a lot of hours because I manage so much, not just from the graphic design section, but the photo booths and answering inquiries and stuff like that.
And also, how did you get started, Kadian?
I try to get into business endeavors that really help to grow me as a person. And I wanted something to get me out there to do more networking. So I get to meet with a lot of people. I work with the city. I do a lot of weddings, and I do a lot of birthday parties for all different ages.
Candace, do you feel like COVID has affected your business in any way?
It's affected it, but it's not all negative. I can still make things happen. When I get the product line up and running, that's more passive income. I won't even need to be servicing clients. I still love to do it, and I still will do it, but it won't be the only stream of income that I'll have.
Bird, how do you feel like COVID has affected your business?
It affected in a positive way though. I've been so thankful for COVID-19. You get to really see, like, you got a lot, everybody got a lot going on, but you really don't. So a lot of the stuff that be interfering in a way is not in the way. So it's been allowing me to make more strategic moves. I've been able to make more content. I've been able to get way more things done, been able to have meetings and interviews that I wouldn't have been able to get done because everybody be, always on the road. So, it's been a blessing.
Keela, how did you come up with the name Excel Spa and Glow?
When you feel at your most relaxed, whenever you get in the bed or you're in the shower, or wherever you are and you feel you're most relaxed, you just excel, Spa and Glow. But I had to add the Spa and Glow because after looking it up and all that stuff, I was like, I never paid attention to all these smoke shops and they were named Excel, so I had to add Spa and Glow.
Kadian, how does being an entrepreneur affect your family life?
I think it affected in a very positive way because I grew up in a household where my parents were working for, their bosses and stuff like that. So being a parent, I really love the fact that my daughter can see firsthand how it is. I really think it affected it in a positive way where that is concerned, especially because you determine your own time for the most part. So you get time to spend with your family. It can be consuming, so there is the downside to it where everything, the buck stops with you, so you got to be there doing everything and you're kind of consumed with it. But generally there's I think it's been pretty well. It's been going pretty good.
Hey, Keela, how has being an entrepreneur affected your family life?
You know, I feel like it's kind of like levels to it. The plus side, it's a lot more opportunity. A lot more doors are open for my family. You know, I've been able to bless my family in different ways, you know what I mean? And we'd be able to like travel and then go different places. You know, you get to go to, you know, little benefits of going different little things and then showing like the kids, like, you know what I mean? You can do whatever you want with your life. But at the same time, the cons is, you know, I don't be around my family that often. I don't get to be able to enjoy certain things because I'm always on. Being an entrepreneur, you're always
on.
You're never off, and you have to like you have to make time to give yourself that vacation time or that lunch break or something for yourself. But you know, at the end of the day, I wouldn't change it for the world.
Candace, how do you come up with ideas?
Everybody has their thing. I feel like when you sit with yourself and let your imagination run wild, what's going to be fun in a perfect world, in my perfect little world of makeup? What would I do? What would I create? What would I love to see? And so I just start creating looks and products that I would love to have.
Bird, what is success to you?
That's every person got their own individual goal of what that success means. So everybody is, how many people on this call? 7, 8. So that's 7 or 8 different what visions of success. Like, but to sum it up in a nutshell is, to me, whatever makes you happy. One man, it might be making $1 million. The next man, it might just be helping people and, you know, doing charitable work.
Kadeen, how do you come up with new ideas?
I spend a lot of time, you know, chilling with family and laughing and running jokes and stuff like that. So, and, you know, I mean, I play video games and stuff like that, and it keeps my mind really active. And, you know, it allows me to start thinking beyond the regular scope of things. You know what I mean? Like, but I definitely draw inspiration from some stuff that I see everyday life. You know what I mean? I may go and see, you know what I mean, blue skies, and then you might think how you can incorporate blue skies in whatever project I'm working on at the time, you know what I mean, and make it relevant to my clients.
Keela, especially because you have a storefront, how did you acquire funding for your business?
Me and my girlfriend, honestly, we stacked up a lot of money. You know what I mean? We used to do bottle service, all types of stuff. We stacked up our money and we were just like, we're over this and we don't, you know, we wanted to open up our little spa. So it took so much money to actually build the place out and do so much with it. So it's like, I'd rather make that money back, and that's coming into our business, into our pocket, versus giving it back to the banks, you know, until I really need it. Obviously, if you're putting your own money into something, you really want to make sure that this is something that you love and you want to do. But if you have investors, you can find some grants or something like that. It's so many people out here that are just, you know, willing to give you some money, but we had to work for ours.
Candace, how do you find funding for your business?
It's just like Keela said, honestly, you have to really be disciplined, like live below your means. You gotta, some days I really be like, oh my God, I love Pappadeaux, I love eating out, but you know, I have to cook and I don't enjoy it, but I make it work.
Kadeen, how do you find funding for your business?
For the photo booth, it's money that I saved up from my other businesses. So I was like, just like ready to get into it. And so no loans, no grants or nothing like that. I just went into it with money that I have saved up over the years.
Kadeen.
For any aspiring young entrepreneurs, I want to say this is definitely not for the weak. Don't let anybody trick you into the hype saying, yo, let's go start a business. Make sure that you know exactly what you want to do. Make sure that you do your research, talk to people, get a mentor. Always remember, never, 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 and I tell everybody this, never measure or judge your success against anyone else, because you never know where somebody else is starting from or how they get to where they are.
Candace.
Always keep your goals and your vision in your mind. Never give up. please be patient with yourself. Forgive yourself. There is no right path to entrepreneurship. Everybody I know has come to it in completely different ways. None of our journeys is the same. So your journey is your own. Just keep going. Dedicate some time. If it's something that you want to do, don't lose sight of it. If that means dedicating an hour a day until you're able to dedicate and devote 2 hours a day. Always be doing something to build yourself up in the same way that you're building these other companies that you're working for up.
Bird.
First of all, make sure it's your passion. Like, just don't be doing something because that's what everybody doing. Like selling flat tummy tea or something. Like, make sure that's really something that you're passionate about. That something that you got to do it for free. You'll be willing to do it for free because you're passionate about it. And always have you 3 ways to get paid.
Keela.
Do something for your business every single day, because that's going to get you further and further, And like Nip said, go through every muscle. Just don't give up. Don't quit. If you don't quit, there's no way you can't succeed.
So D, what would be your words to an aspiring entrepreneur?
Well, I will say this. There could be 100,000 beauty supply stores and 100,000 people selling hair or lashes or whatever it is that you want to do. And I want to tell you, don't let that deter you from making that decision to do that, because it don't matter. Like, people gonna mess with you for you. Like, if they like your product, they're gonna still buy it. It's still 100,000 people that can shop with you and your cousin who sell hair too. Like, so don't, let your dreams get shaken up just because other people doing what you do or what you want to do. A perfect example is when I was shopping around for some earbuds, and I'm like, I really don't want to pay $140, $50 for no AirPods. But I want the quality of AirPods because, baby, I spent $20 on some, you digs, and my ears feel like they had gauges in them. I was like...
Those shit stretch your ear holes.
Yes, if you have quality, people are going to mess with you regardless of how many other people are doing the same thing that you do.
Facts, because I will pay for quality over quantity.
Yes,
any day.
I might as well have put that $20 to that $150 and got the real AirPods because I was pissed.
Yeah.
So yeah,
do what you gotta do.
Do what you gotta do. It's your business, and like I said, other people gonna shop with you. So it is what it is. So
okay,
yeah.
Cool. Y'all heard it from the queen herself. We back. That was very informative. I'm sure we all took some notes on that. Now you can catch the full version of that Zoom interview on our YouTube channel. We just gave y'all a little snippet,
For sure.
Now, one question I want to ask you before we get out of here as an entrepreneur: what is the most important thing to you in being an entrepreneur?
Okay, so some people think that if you just run out and get you a cool logo and a name, and then you go get a little LLC, that you're in business. But I do think it takes a little more. There's a lot of paperwork that you got to do, like as far as making sure that you have secure contracts. Because I've had many situations where people will try to get over on you. And I've always had, bitch, here's the paperwork. Here's the paperwork, so they can't get over on me. So with that being said, always have your paperwork right.
Okay. Documentation for the representation.
Yes.
Okay.
It's important. You don't realize it till when you're in a situation. So just pay attention to the little details of your business.
Okay. Now, look, y'all, we named this episode Entrepreneurship is Not for the Weak, but we don't want to discourage anyone. We encourage all of our people to go out there and do something and create something for ourselves and our families. There's a lot of resources out there, and we don't have to compete. We can all eat. So I'm Justo, and on behalf of the Chit Chat Podcast, I got my girl Queen with us. Thanks for rocking with us. Tune in to episode 3 where we talk about blacks and are we ever safe and when are we safe in America.
We'll chit chat with you later.